sucker!
And I think that's what this is kind of what that is. But I think it's still on the spirit of just competition, like kind of like when people play a pickup game of basketball or football. We're gonna talk shit. Well, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
after the game, after the game, we're gonna slap it up. Yo, you break my ankles. You got me on that one. Right. But we're gonna be cool. Right. I'm gonna see you next week, big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely getting
yeah. Next week I'm gonna stretch.
Right.
I'm gonna do something to get me back in the game. That's all. Let's get back to it though. Let's get,
you can live it up this
week. You got me, but next week I got you. Know what I mean? We'll be back.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right back.
Miller, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your poor fans never heard of you niggas.
Like someone yelled out Kendrick. It seems like nowadays people want to build Kendrick.
Nobody yelled out Kendrick. You just heard that in your head.
See?
When you go to sleep, you just hear somebody be like, Kendrick Lamar.
No, but here's what's funny about you and Kendrick Lamar. It's like people forget you had him on Take Care. You had him on Buried Alive.
No,
talk about a meeting that you guys had where you.
This is exactly where the media starts feeding into the shit. It builds these ill egos, the questions they ask, how they ask it. You know, it's these certain individuals that, and this is what drives. This is what makes the beef, and I see that.
The ego shit. Because he's a man.
And they get him to clash. Because that's what they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's their next money move. I need to sit down and have a podcast with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
I need Kendrick Lamar. So we're going to play them against each other so we can get the content.
Mm-hmm.
So we're making it actually the problem when it might not have really been a problem.
And so, as Drake said, there's no problem. You guys are trying to make it a problem.
Exactly.
There's no problem.
It's money. Yeah, at that point in time.
Him on the game, and there's a great line about how he realized he's the same age as you, and they made him rude and impatient. So it's almost like it's very foreshadowing. You know, he ended up making a great record, Good Kid, Mad City. Just the connection.
Phenomenal album, by the way. Phenomenal album. Yeah, round of applause.
And then now he takes the competitive stance
with a verse like Control.
And then you said that he's not murdering you in any platform, but that's where that rivalry. That's where people want to try to build.
See, that's where.
That's if you want to try to build the rivalry.
Pause. Like that's where he's trying to twist to make it sound like it was a shot. He's like, the way he bring it up. So now you're trying to get him to say something so they can run to Kendrick and like, hey.
Oh, he's gonna watch the video.
But that's what I'm saying. You can see the setup.
Yeah.
It's the setup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can already see it.
Okay.
And it ain't even played out yet.
All right.
What's your take on that? Do you feel like that they're trying to create a competition that he's not on your level because of
what
your
you're trying to create right now?
Trying to hype this up and elevate it too much?
Nah, I feel like that's it. It's like, he's the new guy to love, and of course, I mean, rightfully so. He's super talented, But
flowers.
But he's but he's like, he is the underdog that's extremely hungry. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing really well. And that verse was. He's giving people like moments, like that verse was a moment to talk about.
He gave him the ammo he wanted.
Are you listening to it now?
There.
At this point,
is that mistake number 2?
Yeah, gave him the ammo right there.
Mistake number 2.
Yeah, because now this is what they're gonna ride, and they're gonna show it like, no, he said it. This ain't just I said it. He said this. I got proof right here. Look.
Mistake number 2. Let's go.
Point in time. Okay. And then
you see what he did?
Yeah.
He said, "Does anybody remember that verse right now?" The ego's coming in.
You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing really well. And that verse was, he's giving people like moments. Like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now? At this point in time? Okay. And then. But it was real cool for like, a couple weeks. But like, if I ask you, for example, like, how does that verse start?
You don't know.
Oh, do you remember?
You just don't even remember.
No,
but
and like,
you're trying to bring it back up.
now, mind you,
He's doing battle tactics.
Yeah, I know what he's doing. He's setting up too.
It's like Doug. You gave him flowers, but you're throwing little leg shots. Like, did you hear the verse? You should have left it go. Well, I can't say what he should have did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
it'll go on in Complex and Rap Radar, give it like verse of the
He's already
millennium
seen
and all
it
that
happen.
shit
It's
or
gonna
whatever.
go on.
But like, I'm just saying, it's like, I remember like somebody like asking me, or maybe it was you that was like, is Kendrick Lamar your biggest competition like in this generation or whatever? And I think that Kendrick has like the utmost potential, man. Like, I see Kendrick tomorrow, I'm gonna dap him. I didn't feel the way about that verse. I get it. I get the moment. Like, he's a good guy. And like, I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love. So it's like, he didn't come on there on some wild, like,
to this
I'm in
point
New
ain't
York,
feeling no
everybody,
kind
don't
of.
look at me. Like,
no, because you got to understand.
But you're
that
saying that there's pot
I'm
shots
trying to
being
say
taken.
that part right there is like, I seen him and it's all love. Why wouldn't it be? We don't got no beef. It's a battle. But he's trying to be like, you'll see. I'm not gonna over talk it.
No, but this is the whole thing. This is what the media's setting up.
Mm-hmm. But
they're setting up the narrative,
but he's
and
also
he's just feeding into it.
Also feeding.
That's what I'm saying. He's feeding into their narrative.
Yeah, he's also feeding. That's the thing. That was, you said, mistake number 2, right?
Right.
Him feeding into the needed narrative.
Right.
It was one of those things. It's like, I almost wish he had come in there on that shit because I kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really fuck everybody, then it needs to be fuck everybody. It just can't.
You see how, remember I said he doesn't know how to rip? You took it too serious, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get violent with the nigga. You see what I'm trying to say?
But see, this is what I'm saying. They pulled that out of him.
Oh, okay.
The media pulled that out of him. Because after they start feeding the narrative, he's starting with his pride at this time. I'm where I need to be.
Mm-hmm. I'm top dog.
Right. I'm where I need to be.
He even said I'm where he wants to be. Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they fed the narrative. He's feeding in it, and now his ego's coming out. I'm that platinum artist. And he's feeling like I'm the one that opened the door for you even to be here. To be in the discussion.
Yeah, I put you on the stage.
Exactly.
How dare you even talk to me like this?
But he's trying to throw him his flowers at first, but then the questions keep on coming in, and they're swinging that narrative, trying to make it seem like now
you see, he gave him his flowers, and now he just said, "I lost respect for him." Just that quick.
Why?
In about
they
2 minutes.
diverted it.
In about 2 minutes.
They diverted the situation, and he hopped into it on his pride immediately.
Played it to his ego. Played it to his ego.
Immediately, yeah.
Be halfway for the sake of the people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's just how I feel.
Yeah,
but
that's his ego.
But anyway, like, I still like when it comes to competition, I'm more worried about consistency.
He's trying to now he's trying to be humble about the situation.
Yeah, because you got him fired up now, but he just
he's trying to back off.
He tried to bring it down.
Okay, I see.
He
got me out my character real quick. Like,
he tried to bring it down.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't wait to see what he does because now it's time to show and prove. And consistency it's been one album. Consistency is like, you need more than one album. You know what I'm saying? So
they got him throwing leg shots. You only got one album.
Yeah, I got more than one.
Yeah, you only got one album. That's it. And you're not consistent. So
you went from giving his ego, and they're feeding it.
Yeah, you went from giving him his flowers and saying he's the best shit coming out. Now you're just stepping on him.
But then that's when the media sat there and turned around. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you
think?
Look
at him. Look at Elliot's face. Gotcha. Look at Elliot's face, people.
Now let's feed. Yeah. Let's work off of that ego right now.
Look at him. Got him. Look.
Yeah, he's in the ego right now.
Got him. Say some more about Kendrick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's like, it's time to show and prove, and I look forward to seeing what he does, man. He's fucking super talented. So yeah.
So now he's trying to
he brought it down like.
You caught me right there for a split second.
He brought me, yeah. I got my emotions.
Yeah, you got me real
got
quick.
my emotions. But see, this is what I said. He doesn't know how to rip because if you would have laughed it up like, yeah, he got that off. You know what I'm saying? He took it personal. You know what I mean? He took it personal, and that was just a rip. Come on, man. I mean, I ain't going.
You got to understand. I'm not pinning too, at this point, Smoke. It's you're talking about some platinum artists, dude. These dudes are putting their work in. They're the hottest thing on mic right now, over the radio airwaves, all that stuff. So,
but I simply said that he just talked. He could have said, "Hey, man, that was a good verse," and kept it put. He had to get his little digs in because he doesn't know how to rip. He took it personal. Nobody took that verse.
When
personal.
you're on top, Smoke. When you're on smoke. When you're on top. Everybody else is beneath you at that point in time, right? Because you're on top.
Right.
So, something struck a nerve to get to the top. Because you're already there. Right?
Right.
So, which is just trying to validate what you're saying. His ego, at this point, because he's up here.
Yeah. You don't even need to worry about number 2.
Exactly.
You don't even need to worry.
He's needing you to get to that.
Exactly.
And you're giving him,
the media, like you said, because listen,
feeding on
I never looked at this. The media is putting shit in Drake's head.
They're making the narrative. Yeah, they're putting shit. They're drawing the narrative.
Yeah, but again, that's his fault though a little bit because he doesn't know how hip hop works, and he's not an American, and it's like, yo, dog. That's not even nothing. Like, that's like what he just did to you to say, I got the best barbecue sauce and vinegar. Nobody's sauce is better than smoky sauce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick didn't really do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't really say nothing.
But that was the whole thing. And I'm glad you looked at it now.
Yeah,
it was the media. Look at the way he's questioned. Look at his faces. Look at his face. Like he's swinging it the way he wants to swing it. Because I'm going to ask the questions I want to ask.
Yeah.
So I make the narrative.
And the thing was, this is Drake's album rollout. So it's like, nigga, we supposed to be talking about my album. Why are we talking about Kendrick? That's probably what pissed him off. And he fell into it. And he fell into it.
But then he tried to bring it back down real quick, like, this motherfucker. They got me.
But once somebody sees something, they say, that's your true feelings.
Yeah.
That's your true feelings.
Because where else does that come from?
Yeah.
You're thinking that.
Yeah, that's your true feelings right there. You're just doing PR.
You're bringing it out of me.
Yeah,
They're bringing it out of me and making something bigger that keeps going.
My whole thing was supposed to say, yo, Kendrick's good. But I'm tired of hearing this motherfucker's name. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We're talking about my album and this goddamn verse. You know what I'm saying? That verse. And he said my name. We supposed to be talking about my album. Why y'all keep on talking to me about Kendrick?
Changing the
and then he
making it their narrative.
Yeah.
Drake Day going down right now, man. Control the record. People still banging it, man. Where is Drake at with Control?
Look,
I'm probably as done as like the rest of the world is with that
podcast.
Record. I think it came and it went. You know what I mean? And not to discredit it, like it's
Money.
good.
They're making content. That's why they're drawing the narrative because they make the content.
Drake.
So we're gonna swing it this way this time.
They made him content.
We're gonna give something these people to stay tuned into.
They made him
because
content.
we're gonna draw. Yeah. Okay, we already know that there's a beef here now because the narrative is.
If you see the timing, the verse is over 2 years old. He dropped it in 2011. I think they're doing it in 2013.
The motherfuckers, I'm telling you, they know what they're doing.
Let's get to it.
They know what they're doing.
Let's go back. Shout out to Big Boy, man. Best interviewer in Cali, man. Best interviewer in Cali.
Forward to seeing what he does, man. He's fucking super talented. So yeah, cheers to Kendrick Lamar.
All right.
And the neighborhood Drake Day going down right now, man. Control.
Now, you know, Big Boy is based out of the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they keep on bringing up that Control voice first. Nobody else except Drake. Pac, I'm loving your narrative right now.
They're still driving the narrative.
I'm loving this because they ain't did it with nobody else. Anybody else that he named on that song,
exactly.
They didn't do that with him. They're just doing this with Drake.
Right.
according to
They're
what
drawing
was
the narrative.
according
They're
to what was
pulling him
seen.
out of it.
Yeah.
Control the record. People still banging it, man. Where is Drake at with Control?
I'm probably like as done as like the rest of the world is with that record. Like I think it came and it went, you know what I mean? And not to discredit it, like it was a good moment, but at the end of the day, it's just like, it was like one of those sort of like fleeting like Twitter frenzies that like,
At this point,
it was
Tom,
cool
he's
for what
tired
it
of
was,
hearing
you know.
about it.
I'm just into making
Over
like,
2 years.
My thing is like I like lasting power, you know. That's my thing. I want you to still be listening to this album.
I don't know. You know,
in
at
the
this
summer
point in time, it's
or,
like,
you know,
I
next
pause.
what are you really trying to pull out of me? That hasn't already been pulled out of me. I didn't like the way that happened.
See, Drake's PR team should have did this. And I'm going to add on to Paco's list mistake number 3. This PR teams, when you go to certain shit, when you're that big of a star, there's certain questions you're not even allowed to ask me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I would
before we even really sit down,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's on the table and what's not on the
Yeah.
table.
Actually, you're not
Don't
gonna
ask
say
me
it.
nothing that-
No, you're not gonna say it. The person you hire is gonna say, hey man,
We're gonna
you
stay
go
away
to
from
him
that.
and tell him do not talk. Like that's what happens
We're
with
staying away from this subject.
it happens with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, they do not.
They're just questions you don't ask.
Yeah, you're not allowed to ask him about the R case.
And
you know what I mean?
You being the artist shouldn't be responding
Yeah.
if this answer,
Yeah.
if this question is asked.
So I'm going to
Right.
my PR team and saying, hey man, you tell them if they bring up that verse, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Immediately. That's
just
in
like
the
what Mike
contract.
Tyson does.
We're putting
Like
that in the
Mike
contract.
Tyson does that when they try to bring up that R case about him, he just
To get up
and
put
gets
the
and gets
headphones
out of there.
down, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I add on, this is a mistake. I blame Drake's PR team and saying, listen,
For sure.
we're not talking about that. I know sometimes all press is good press, but we're not talking about that. I got a new album coming out, and we're talking about that.
And this
You know what I
is,
mean?
Like you said, this is where he.
I'm gonna add that on mistake number 3.
It.
Yeah, because you got a team.
right.
Your team. You tell your team. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hey.
First time.
All right, we
shame
know
on you.
people.
Second
We know
time
people
shame
in our
on me.
circle that doesn't eat pork. Okay, they already know that's the assignment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, hey, you know, this is something sensitive. You're my team. This Kendrick thing is something. Don't ask me these questions. I'm here to talk about my
Blase
new
blah,
album.
whatever.
Yeah, his new album. He's on an album run. You know how people do. So his album is coming out, and it's like, yo,
He wants to talk about his new.
yeah,
work.
and y'all keep on talking about Kendrick Lamar. So I would have said,
And like you said, it's over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At this point in time,
Yeah.
like, y'all done ran this thing in the dirt as
yeah,
it is.
it's over with. So it's like, I'm a tell my team, hey man, tell them don't bring up that Kendrick verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here on album mode. Ask me about track number 6 on my CD. You know what I'm saying? And tell me what I meant about that. Don't ask me about something that happened 2 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know if Drake did this on purpose because it's an all press is good press thing. So long as you're in, see this again, as long as you're in the thing, you know what I mean? So
Right.
Drake said
You're
something
in a circle.
controversial about Kendrick Lamar. So long as you're in that news cycle and it's like that all press is good press shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if he did that or not, but let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Here, where I want this to stay in your car, stay on your mind. It's like not even about the music, you know what I mean? It wasn't even about like the content of it. It just seemed to be about like, you know, all the and all the talking at the time, and now everybody's like over it. Nobody plays it. It's just like whatever.
But I think that's because it wasn't a single, and it did what it was meant to. It had people listening to lyrics and excited about hip hop.
And you and Kendrick are good as far as like the albums and doing records with each other. Did that kind of, when you heard your name, did you feel like, man, like that was kind of disrespect, or did you feel like, you know,
Same
our
question
names were just kind of
over and
thrown in
over.
there and it was.
I feel like he made a decision, you know what I'm saying? And it was
Just
a
bring
decision.
it at him a
Because
different
they
way.
seen the previous video.
Exactly. But you're asking him the same question, and he's telling you over and over again, like, I really don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, that's over 2 years ago. Okay, it had its moment of shine, da 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 da. He's still just trying to kill it.
But again,
And they're not letting him kill it.
but the interviewers seen the other video and said, "Oh, this is sensitive." Let's bring it up. Let's get our ticks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're
let's
making
get our
more content.
Yeah, let's get
More
our
content.
thing. Okay, if Drake. Okay, if
we can
Drake.
ride for about 5-8
Again,
weeks.
let's talk about it on some content shit.
Right.
If